Welcome to Bond here in Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. This home is made around the idea of bringing people together and to connect. This space is for creatives, artists, and just people who want to gather and reconnect, therefore the name Bond. We're going to go through the details of this tour, but we're also going to make this tour more of a experience related tour because that is what this home is about. I mean, the experience when you enter through this private gate, you don't even know this home is even here. It just completely disappears on this 5.1 acre lot. We have this tunnel of green foliage as you step in to the property and everything opens up. You're gonna meet the architect, Alexis Dornier, masterminded this project with heavy collaboration with the client, Kyan. So this is their vision, and the experience that we're gonna have in this property is just so immersive and connected with nature. Like I said, this home disappears into this jungle. We have all these mature palm trees and the river lining this property as this was built onto the hillside here. So it's stunning. Everywhere you look, there's just lush green foliage and little areas to get away and just escape. We have 5 bedrooms here on Bond. As you notice to my left and to my right, we have private entrances. So you can come and go as you please, drop off your moped and go down in one of your private entrances, because if you don't want to enter the main spaces through a traditional front door, you can get away with your friends and family through these private spaces. So just the thoughtfulness and functionality of this property are amazing. We have all these vines draping down. You don't see too many of these geometric or straight line properties here in the jungle or in Bali in these environments out here, but they wanted to do that here because it just makes such a bold statement. As you step up those ironwood steps, you're met with the andesite tile here on the pool deck, infinity edge. I mean, there's so many great lines. You'll notice the catwalk as you go up this spiral staircase with all these marigolds. All these lines have meeting points in different areas to seclude yourself or interact. You'll notice the walls here are all glass. So if you see someone having a good time at the pool table over here, which we're about to step into, and you're standing in the kitchen, you can walk right over and join them and just enjoy the conversation and bond with your friends and family or whoever gathers here. You have the moss lining the wall. Everything just sways and interacts with the environment here. As you step in, you've got the candles going. This is the minimalistic approach with the low profile furniture, but still has so much color and character everywhere. And the owner of Bond, Kyan, has carefully curated these different spaces and optimized them for the past 6 years, living part-time here at Bond. So when you come, live, and stay at Bond, it interacts like a home. Off your modular couch, ultimately, someone in these creative spaces knows how to play the piano. So people come over here on this side of the home, gravitate, grab a glass of wine, look over this covered terrace, down into the river below, and back in your conversation is the flow of the river as well. So calming and serene here, as there's so many different areas to just get away and walk around. That sculptural circular cutout where the big moment in this home is, the spa down below. But we're gonna travel across this Bali green stone, which just has this natural element to it. It's sourced here, obviously, in Indonesia. And above, warming this space back up, is that rich kampas wood. Creates a really nice contrast and just blends in this environment to the outdoors. There's so many natural elements incorporated inside of Bond. The pool tables, you can grab a game, open up all these windows and just look down into the river once again. And these rolling green hills where you can have a picnic under an umbrella. There's so many amazing, curated, thoughtful moments in this space. You even have water set just aside. So there's just, again, the intentionality and detail since he's lived here and interacted with these spaces. When you come here, like I mentioned, feels like home. But now stepping down into our first of 5 king suites here. One thing that is super cool about Bond is there's no hierarchy. So when you come and stay here at Bond, there's no primary suite or master bedroom. All the rooms are identical in the layout, but the views and experiences are completely different. So this is that private entrance that I spoke on at the beginning of the tour. You can just dart out without disturbing anyone else or just for additional privacy. There's a bedroom on my right, but we're gonna step in to where Lydia and I are actually staying. So this is the experience we get every morning and evening here. So you have open concept shelving here, the step up platform to the tub, and you can actually get the experience of bathing outside. So if I step up here really quick, all the tones are neutral and cool, but it gets warmed back up again with this dark, rich wood, and you can shower or bathe outside. So I'm actually gonna show you guys this because this is so cool. Imagine showering and you can step outside and then loop around and walk around and interact with the space completely different. I've never seen this before, and it's so cool to have these picturesque frames out of every single sliding glass door. And you can just open this all up. So this home really just interacts with the outdoors seamlessly. We have all those warm and cool, neutral, organic tones on the bedspread. This is also cool to point out really quickly. This is made from one of the locals. They live about 500 meters down the street. And this is from banana leaf. So this is a piece of art hanging above the bed. Again, all the floor plans similar, but the views and experience are completely different. So this one overlooks the river, and you'll notice on my left, we have that beautiful terraced grass over there. Some of the softest grass I've ever felt. And of course, the sculptural piece once again. I'm gonna show you guys the views and the experience from the second bedroom here. This all walks down to some of these meditation areas that slowly reveal themselves behind this lush green foliage. These palms are 50 years or more, so it offers so much shade here as well. So the light that comes through these different mature trees has been incredible, and just the audible noise from the river down below, it's just so immersive here. Like throughout all these doors, it's just been incredible. But now coming back into the bedroom, I'm gonna talk about a few details. On the bed, we have someone folded into a prayer pose out of towels. I have no idea how they even do this. It must take hours to do, but that's just the level of detail that they do here at Bond. And then at night and in the evenings, they put those towels into different animals and shapes. It's incredible. And all these warm pieces on the furniture, the desk, and this low profile bed included. Just so many warm, rich tones. And that's just all throughout this space. But let's head up. I want to talk about a few more details of some of these areas. One detail I wanted to point out is all the paneling that we see here is at a slight angle. So it not only provides privacy, but it also adds more natural light into the lower level. We're gonna push across this area past the spiral staircase, just taking in these incredible views once again of the rice fields and all the different movement that we see here with all these linear lines. It's incredible. There's so many areas to get away and branch off. So as we step around, there's the gated entrance that we saw again. I mean, just what an incredible sight line here with all these vines draping over this structure. And even the areas with all these different accent chairs, they're also functional as well, as you can hang out, just enjoy each other's company and just, again, bond. I think that's the intention, right? In the pool, you'll notice these cutouts which actually act as an underwater skylight to the spa set just below. So when the sun is at its peak, you'll notice for a few hours, shining through the water, through the glass, shimmering on the walls, all that light movement. Just the foresight and design was incredible when designing this space. But obviously I've mentioned the infinity edge pool, all the lounge chairs and areas to relax, hang out, the yellow umbrellas accenting, it's a great pop of color, and obviously leaning into the design in this Ubud Bali home. As we step across, before I take you guys into the formal dining area, I'm gonna take you guys down to the spa area, which I just spoke on. So we're gonna follow this pathway. On my left, we have another bedroom. Again, there's 5 in total. The vibe, tones, and colors all darken as we step down into the spa. You'll notice even the lighting on here, just everything casts a warm ambient glow, and even the red sconces that you see lining this wall, creating for a little pop, but also making it very moody in here. Behind this door, we have the powder room, and then a rainfall shower head behind this, so you can rinse off from the spa area or get changed if you're getting ready to get a massage. Everything is with arm reach here, so even the water is just hidden seamlessly behind that sheer curtain. So this home obviously sleeps 5 to 10 people, but this home was really curated for large events, so you can have a DJ up above, parties, birthday parties, so many gatherings meant to be had here. I mean, even setting the tone here and how large the scale is this sauna. It's incredible. 2 tiers, that natural wood everywhere in that space. We're definitely going to have to experience this. And Lydia actually had a massage right here. The candles, the incense, The vibe was just set here, and that was all thanks to Kyan and Bond, obviously, just carefully curated this space. We have more of that beautiful cultural artwork hanging above these two lounge chairs. And then just aside and underneath this artwork is this petrified wood. I was told they built this structure around this piece alone because it's so heavy, they wouldn't be able to carry it down those steps. And it definitely isn't going anywhere, but this is more artwork hanging on the wall. And these were historically used to mill rice, which I thought was really cool to include and obviously continue that Bali vibe here. But we have the hot tub that can easily fit 15, 20 people, and then these circular cutouts, which can be seen from any angle. So you can sit here, take in the views as we're sitting down a little bit closer to the river, even here. And this can be seen from any angle in the home. It's incredible. And as the light rises here in the morning, all the steam coming up from this hot tub is just incredible. And centering this room is this woven chandelier, and everything is to scale, although it is quite large. And then back behind me, I did want to point out that you can press the jets, bubbles, and my favorite, the waterfall. So this feature is just incredible. Another thoughtful detail are these banana leaves that are wrapping the uplighting, so it's casting that light straight up versus outward, getting in your eyes. So again, just one of those details that you pick up when you walk through the space, making it feel like a home. But as we continue out and up these stairs, we're gonna take you guys up onto the main level where we're gonna continue this tour. Another really cool thing about Bond is it rained, as you just saw. Obviously, we're in a tropical environment, but the entire home and the vibe and mood just completely shifted. So it was cool to interact with it as the environment changed. But now up here in the living room, we have these radial fixtures hanging above this L-shaped couch. Everything has those neutral tones, but warming the space back up are these pieces of reclaimed wood from Java. And the coffee table in particular is my favorite. You'll notice the holes cut into that. That's because before this was a coffee table, it was used to display eggs in the local market. Petrified wood stools next to the couch. Another seating arrangement, more of that reclaimed wood from Java. And then off to my left, we have this workbench with the incense burning, just again, elevating and creating the vibe in here. Floor to ceiling glass everywhere in this home. So I can see the rice fields from here, the different elevations, and also the casual living room and the pool table across. So you're always connected to either nature or your friends and anyone who's gathering here. Seating for 10 here, we have more of that warm, rich, reclaimed wood from Java once again, the bench style seats. Everything about this dining space is just inviting and warm, and adding into that warmth are these pendant fixtures hanging above. So when you come up in the morning, you have this amazing spread as you have two private chefs preparing a complimentary breakfast for you. It's incredible. My favorite definitely had to have been the Nutella crepes that we had. There was dragon fruits. I mean, we had avocado toast, a la carte eggs, or anything how you like. It's all prepared in-house. And lunch and dinner, all you're doing is paying for groceries, so it truly feels like you're at home. There's no extra add-on or hidden things. It's really just about setting the vibe and making it feel like home. So when you come up from your bedroom, dinner's waiting, or lunch, breakfast, you name it, as we step into the kitchen. They're actually preparing a traditional Balinese style dinner for us right now, but I want to talk about the warm wood, the granite countertop, the built-in appliances. Everything is super seamless and just very functional. You'll also notice the bar style seating on this side of the island as well. As you step out, everything is interconnected once again with all these covered terraces. We have two different areas alone that I can see that you can hang out and lounge in these hammocks. And down below you can hear some of the rapids from the river and one of the meditation areas. And another favorite place of mine to go down to is the tree where you can actually go inside of it. So there's so many little places to get away as we are sitting on just over 5 acres. This food smells incredible. We've never had Balinese food before, so really looking forward to it, and it looks like it's going to be incredible. Picking up from last night where we left off with dinner, we have another amazing spread, again, complimentary here for breakfast, but we're gonna walk across the living room again, but this time we're gonna head upstairs on the spiral staircase that's centering here in the pool, more of the ironwood and all the marigolds just vibrantly lining the railing here. It's beautiful. And as you go up, your views just increase. And now we're eye level up here with the palms. You can get a closer look at this structure that overhangs over the main entrance, all the drapery and tall grass is re-immersing you back into nature, even up here on the 3rd level. This glass just diffuses and pushes that light back down. All the curved pathways that send you on an adventure here at Bond. You can get secluded or reconnected back here in these spaces. And then to provide more shelter is the yoga shala. So the owner actually used this for 2 years at his previous studio, disassembled it and reassembled it here, as we do have a rarity here in the jungle, which is flat ground. And you'll notice we have the beverage stations close by, everything's super convenient. You can have yoga up here, again, sheltered, and all these orange draperies just adding for a pop of color and just move nicely in the wind. It's so nice being up here because you have a new eye level. And so as we move from level to level, and as we get to around on the grounds during this tour, you'll notice how your sight lines change and improve and just gets you a new perspective. But stepping out, you'll notice all the river rock, which collects the rainwater and pushes it away from the structure. Even standing here, I'm looking at the catwalks down to the pool, and I can also see that circular cutout there in the spa and in the river. I mean, there's just so many moments in this space. You'll even notice the shadowing that's casted from this wire railing and all the triangle pattern, which is also mimicked on the green stone that we've seen throughout this tour, lining these catwalks and different walkways. But it's so cool just to, you feel like you're walking into the rice field. It's so immersive, and it's just kind of plays with your eyes in so many different ways. It's almost like an illusion as you walk out, as we're eye level up here now. We can see the palms and the coconuts. These are 50-year-old coconut trees. And you can ask anyone from the staff and they'll go grab you a coconut from one of these trees and you can enjoy it here at this bench or by the pool. It's incredible how secluded you can feel, even if you have a party going here at Bond, because there's so much space and all these linear pathways just guide you together because it's like a grid almost in the jungle, which is incredible. There's a nice touch of industrial architecture found here at Bond, all the straight lines and the different uses of metals. As we go over into this area, we have more flat ground to hang out. Again, you could have a DJ set up right here and people kind of gathering on these low profile cushions, the fire setting the vibe again. I mean, there's so much functionality in this home, as well obviously as the incredible design just sticking out here in the jungle. And we're actually gonna walk back across down this set of stairs. I'm gonna introduce you guys to Alexis Dornier, the architect who worked closely with the owner Kyan to design Bond. What is the mood of Bond? Like when people come here, what do you want them to obviously experience A and then B, feel?
We like to sort of down tempo, like deaccelerate, slow down, just kind of create a moment of stillness and tranquility, and that's why we chose the material palette to be very much tone in tone with the nature. So you see gray tones, dark brown tones, and obviously the green, which then is almost like the fossilized answer to the jungle, and then that sort of translates into the natural stone tiles that we chose, and like all the aggregates that are found in the stones, and then sort of there's like sort of very like different layers of what I guess you could perceive as natural, abstraction, if you will. And I thought that the continuation of the landscape through the house, I just wanted the house to be no obstacle whatsoever. And it's just like the space flows through, just gives, gives shelter from the rain and sun, and that's about it. The excitement of like stacked experiences, like, dark tucked away, over to like protected by a canopy, and then like hovering on top of the canopy. It's almost like like how the natural forest is designed by nature. You've got the shrub, and then you have the tree crowns, and you have like all these different layers, which I thought are very interesting. And you move around in this whole three-dimensional maze, if you will, depending on what you're up to throughout the day.
It's always so cool to be able to sit down with the architect of a unique property like Bond and talk about their philosophy behind design and how the home flows and sits. And obviously, Bond being so biophilic, it's so incorporated within nature. As you can see, we're going down that curved pathway, which we just spoke about. I mean, even this sightline, looking into the house and all the catwalks and that grid structure. And then we have two options, a left and a right. The temple set just aside with the incense burning. And here in the garden, underneath this yellow umbrella, we have a Hindu god, Ganesha, known for being a remover of obstacles and beginnings. Bocce ball court to my left, a reclaimed bench to obviously observe and just enjoy these manicured lawns here in the garden. Everything is shaded underneath these lush green trees and just the different terraces. And it's just so cool because, like I've mentioned throughout this tour, there's different events during the day that lighting is its best. So we're gonna have a picnic set down just below. All these green steps just feel so good beneath your feet. Everything is just so manicured. And here you're also gonna notice the stream that goes down this hill into the river as we have rice fields draining from above. Just adds in to the calming effect here that you get in the gardens here at Bond. There's just so many ways to interact with this property. Obviously, we have the picnic set up, and this is almost set up like a amphitheater of sorts. So you can have someone playing a guitar, and it just moves and flows throughout the property as people gravitate towards the sound. I mean, this entire property is so interactive. It stimulates every single one of your senses. And down here, this is one of my favorite sight lines in the property. As you look up, you can see all three levels. And this is also Sage's favorite area on the property, and I'll show you guys why. I love it. It's so soft. Yeah, the grass is so soft down here. So soft. It feels so manicured down here. I literally saw people down here the other day planting grass by hand. It was just so detail-oriented here. Down below, as we approach the river, you'll see a bamboo bridge that goes across it up onto a multi-tiered rice terrace. And that's one of the offerings they have here at Bond, is a cultural morning walk, bringing along with that experiences coffee, incense, and other fruits. It's just an incredible experience here. And again, one of those cultural activities just to feel reconnected. And here we have another one of those curved pathways, carefully manicured as well. And one of those accidental things that you get when you build a home with the environment instead of on top of it is you get these unexpected moments. As we look up, you can see the three tiers of Bond and the curvature of the spa. It's beautiful. There's just so many unexpected moments when you explore this property, and it never gets old. And you're learning something new here every day. But as we step down, we have the soft river rock polished beneath your feet as we step under this huge bamboo canopy in this meditation area. You just get more connected and immersed as we're even close to the riverbed. And something that's also incredibly unique about the riverbeds here on the volcanic island of Bali is how porous and dark the basalt and andesite are. It's so unlike anything we've ever seen here. And if you look closely, hanging down through the canopy are these aerial root systems searching for earth from those banyan trees. And they'll create more supports for the trunk or create even new trunks. You'll notice the curvature of the ironwood beneath our feet here in this meditation area. We have another curved pathway ascending up to another meditation area. Just the lighting coming through all this greenery, it's incredible. And all these aerial roots, like I mentioned, just add into the atmosphere and the connection here at Bond. You could go up to one of the suites where Lydia and I are staying from this pathway, or walk down, get a closer look at these circular and square rectangular shapes. And just look at the sheer size of the spa. I mean, this is the big moment here on the interior of the home. And just this line alone too, I'm gonna actually step up to show you guys this. This is just another cool vantage point. Just look how dramatic this entrance is with all this natural volcanic stone covering the side of this, these circular shapes. Everything here is just framing nature. Just so, so cool. It has a touch of that brutalist design, but also keeping it zen with these circular shapes. and then blending it all back into nature with these green terraces is just so well done. The landscaping here is stunning, and if you look up, you'll notice through these different sight lines, it creates like this X or T or cross pattern. You can look through up into the sky and the palms. It's just crazy. You really cannot get enough time here at Bond. There's so many things yet to explore and things we haven't even seen yet that you really can only see through a course of, well, years really. But as you go down, you can step even closer into the river. You can follow these natural stone pathways into a Zen area where you reach another circular platform. There's another banyan tree set below, and this is where Lydia got to come down and relax. We have the incense burning. It's just so easy to get connected here at Bond. This is just one of several spaces that you can come and just be by your own thoughts or just listen to the river. It's one of the most immersive homes and spaces we've ever had the opportunity to film and experience. Another pathway leads you a little bit closer into nature. As we step up, more natural stone underneath our feet. And this is just another example where nature just takes the show here at Bond. Look at that palm just swaying and casting its shadow over this raked sand. It's beautiful. The macrame hammock. Lydia was sitting here enjoying it. As you can look over at Bond, you just have an incredible view. And these elephant ear plants just frame the space. Just a amazing integration rather than a manicured garden that you might see elsewhere. But up this path, you'll notice more of this natural stone transitioning onto the ironwood. More bedrooms off to my right, and another garden where you can sit on a hammock and just take in the nature, hear the birds chirp. And during your evenings here at Bond, you can sit in that hammock looking up at these tall palm trees just swaying gently in the breeze, shading you from the sun here. The cicadas all come alive at the same time, singing their song. And as I'm standing here, I can look straight out into the rice fields. There's just so many incredible sight lines and passageways and shadowing here at Bond. We honestly have not even scratched the surface. And this home completely transforms as the sun falls behind this home and day turns into night.